So just like that, I woke up and every single money I had to my name was gone. Hi, my name is Mimi. Welcome to today's episode, and I'll be talking about how I got scammed. So the thing with fraud and internet fraud in particular is, at the end of the day, it makes you feel less human or makes you feel stupid or miserable. Alright, because it seems like after the fraud had happened, that's when logic sets in, and then you begin to realize that these things were glaring, these truths were glaring. How did I miss this? How did I ignore this? Alright, so it's quite challenging for people who have been in this place before, especially when you're beginning to see that if you had thought about it probably a second time, you wouldn't have fallen for it. But I want you to understand that it was not actually your fault, because first of all, a scammer uses one powerful tool against its victim, and that's selling using emotions. Probably I'll talk about selling someday, but if you're going to sell anything to somebody, you sell through emotions and not logic. So it's only normal that I believe that, okay, you're probably going to trade for me for a period of 30 days, and you're promising me that you're going to make me a 50% return. And I am pleased with that, because it means I am actually using my money to get more money, and I am not stressing myself to have that particular money that is going to come in. Right? So it logically makes sense at first. But one of the things that we tend to ignore is, how exactly is this money made? But because this guy utilizes very powerful selling tool, which is using emotions, most times we really do not get to have a second thought about every single thing surrounding the kind of business we're being introduced to. Okay, so first of all, you need to understand that it was not your fault. Second of, you were the victim. So instead of blaming yourself, hating yourself, cursing yourself, you should actually blame the scammer. You should actually blame the fraudster, because it wasn't your fault that you entrusted something that belonged to you to someone else. Alright? You need to understand that you are the victim here. The scammer actually took something that belongs to you. Because usually, I don't know if you've been in this show, but when I lost my things to these scammers, I hated myself. As when I thought about it, I was like, these things were actually very avoidable, because I got carried away, because I wanted more, because I wanted to work less and earn more. I fell for it, and logically at that point, it made sense to want more money, even when you're not working twice as hard or even just as hard. Alright, so you are the victim of this in the first place, so you should not feel terrible for it. 3, move on. It's not actually very easy. In fact, it is one of the terrible things anyone will tell you when you just got scammed. But I've had someone scam me of the last money I had. A friend actually promised to help me get through to a job. If you live in Nigeria, you understand how difficult it is to actually find a job here. Promised that he was going to help me talk to someone that would talk to another person, and then I'll get a job. And because I was desperate and I wanted a job, I actually took a loan and I gave him the money, and he stopped communicating. He stopped talking to me. So it's actually a lot, and at that point I felt very stupid, because I actually trusted this person. This person was supposed to be my friend, and he just cut me off all the money I had. Okay, so it can be very depressing when someone takes away something that if you had thought about a second time, you probably wouldn't have even done it. But you need to understand that mistakes happen, and since this is life, we learn from our mistakes and we move on. We don't stay sad about something for so long. It's okay to cry, to feel bad about it. It's okay to mourn your loss. But I also want you to understand that living like you're going to keep losing is going to actually make you lose out on all the goodies that the universe would bring to you. So embrace the fact that you made a mistake and you're human, and it's only normal to make mistakes. Learn from it. Always remember what the experiences was like. Document, like I always say. The important thing here is you already know that this is how it happened. It was too good to be true anyway. It was just too glittering and the rest. So don't forget that. Take the lessons from the experience and do better. This is me wishing you luck as you work towards your recovery. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Thank you so much. Kindly subscribe, and I will be coming back with more episodes. Thank you. Have a lovely day.